English only, Holmes. What up, everybody? I got my co-host tonight. What's up, Aram? Holla.
What's up, Nina? How you doing? Thanks for having me on tonight.
Pretty good, bro. Let's get right into it. English is the official language of the USA. Let's go,
Ooh,
bro.
I know a lot of people out there triggered right now, but it is what it is.
Okay, my wife even said, bro, she said this the other day, and when it happened, she's like, I told you, she said, can't Trump just make English the official language? She said it a while back, bro, and it actually happened. And I'm happy about it, bro, because now when we tell these fools to speak English, this is America, they can't sit there and say, America doesn't have an official language. Yes, it does. By executive order of the boss Don Bigaville. I got the executive order right here. Your thoughts overall, quick intro on this whole situation and subject. Go ahead, Aram in Waco.
Yeah, I completely agree with it. It's just like your wife said, it's a long time coming. And it's also, like you said, it's making sure that people that come here to this country from other countries, we can all agree that everybody from all over the world that comes here, they come from diverse, beautiful cultures and speak languages. But here in America, we need to come together on one thing. And I think every one thing we can all agree on is that speaking English when we come here is the best way to assimilate to American culture and American society. The Constitution wasn't written in Spanish, French, German. No. If you come here, how are you going to be able to read the Constitution if it's in English? Oh, they're going to give you a Spanish version? Well, guess what? It wasn't written like that. So I'm tired, like you said, I'm tired of people coming here, and we have to learn to be bilingual to accommodate them so we can make more money. And there's not even an attempt on their part to want to become bilingual. So I'm glad this is taking place and that he signed this order. And yes, English now, baby. English. No more speaky.
Hey, I 2 points. You're right. It says right here in the executive order to promote unity, cultivate a shared American culture for all citizens, ensure consistency in government operations, and create a pathway to civic engagement. It is in America's best interest for the federal government to designate one and only one official language. Establishing English as the official language will not only streamline communication, but also reinforce shared national values and create a more cohesive and efficient society. Man, I love the boss on Bigger Bell. So I have the executive order here. I want to say something real quick, though. It's pretty sad. Somebody wrote a comment on my Facebook post, bro. The details are in the comments, right? The devil's in the details. Somebody said, man, when I came here, I learned English. From Brazil, I made it a point to learn English. He said that basically he was giving his speech about why he recommends speaking English, and it made me think, bro, that he said that whenever they have these Spanish options and all this, that really the people that are really the most racist of them all, the most worst of them all, bro, they handicap people by not
Mm-hmm.
by it's like a bum, right? A bum, you keep giving him money and food, he'll never get out of that dark hole, right? But if he ends up working for himself, he'll come up. But the point is, people make it comfortable for those that don't speak English, right, to stay speaking their
Mm-hmm.
foreign tongue. And that actually is a detriment to the person that comes over here, bro. Because we know once you unlock the English language, once you learn to speak in this tongue of the commerce of the United States of America, the most, the best language of them all, I believe. I think once you unlock that, you are really able to be successful, especially if you're from another country. And this guy said it, and I said, man, I thought
Yes.
about that. It's like they're actually handicapping people when they make it easier for them to speak their foreign tongue instead of making them speak English, bro. I thought about that. I said, that's a damn good point. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, exactly. And I got into it with somebody earlier about the same thing on Facebook. And I think what did she say? She said, that shows your ignorance. Every country it speaks at least two or three languages. I said, oh, really? Well, guess what? You're telling me out of all those countries that speak two to three languages a pop, there isn't one primary one? France? What? French wouldn't be the primary one? What about Germany? You're telling me they're so diverse they don't have a primary language? Let's see. Maybe it could be German? Same thing if you were to go to China. There's one primary language. Not saying that you can't speak if you're a visitor coming, but guess what? The primary language that everybody speaks because it's the culture. Chinese. So for her and other people saying, oh, there's two to three languages in every country shows you're ignorant. No, it shows that you're a prime product of affirmative action and DEI, and I'm glad we got rid of it because it effed you and a lot of other people up. You know,
Yeah, I totally agree, bro. Why is it America always gets the we're the butt of the joke, basically, bro? Like, right? Every other
uh,
country, Poland, you try to go into their country, they're gonna snipe you, bro. You can't cross that border in Poland. No other country can you go do what you come doing in America. They come raise their foreign ugly ass flags on our soil. They come disrespect our country, right? And then they disrespect our border. Then they want to speak whatever language and not assimilate, bro. I'm not gonna go to
yep.
China and go lift my American flag and expect for them to speak my language and to bow down to me. Why is it that America or Americans are like, I hate to say pushovers, but I guess because we just have so much freedom, bro. Why is it they act like that? They're the most ungrateful people. America haters and these immigrants that are illegal, and well, really the legal immigrants do it the right way, but the illegal immigrants and the people that are anti-American, especially the raza, whatever, they are the most
Yeah.
ungrateful people I ever met in my life, bro. Why do you think that is that we get the end of the stick as far as the way people come into this country and treat everything about America, bro?
It's just like you said, that's the great thing about this country is that, it's a free country. We're the ones that lead the way for other countries, when they establish their democracies, their constitutions, and their way of freedom. But it's just like you said, we've encouraged and we've grown to have leaders over the years and decades that have accommodated people that come here and they don't want to assimilate, and it's just gotten worse and worse over the decades. But finally now someone's saying like, hey, it's okay if you want to speak whatever your language you want, but the primary language here in America now is going to be English because that is something we can all agree can bring us all together. There's nothing wrong with speaking different languages. I actually encourage people, being bilingual isn't a bad thing. It shows intelligence, but it's like you said, and I actually read something earlier in the Mexican Constitution. Guess what? You have to, one of the requirements is to become a Mexican citizen. You have to know Spanish. So what a great country it is, America, before is that, you can come here and you can, you don't have to learn English. But if I wanted to go to Mexico, you see this brown skin, last name Hernandez. Oh, what? Because me know speak, I can't be. Well, Rasa, y'all aren't very accepting of other cultures, are y'all? Or languages, huh? So this executive where it's not saying that it's, English only everywhere. No, sorry, you have to assimilate now to American culture, and predominantly in American culture, everybody speaks English. I like I said earlier, I think it irritates me that Americans have to learn to be bilingual into order to accommodate people that come here either legally or illegally, so we can make more money. Like, how does that make sense? No, I feel like their number one priority should learn to want to how to communicate with us
Right.
through English. What's wrong with that? And like I said earlier, the US Constitution was written in English. How are you going to be able to read it and learn about the history and culture of our country if you can't even read the Constitution? We have to generate a Spanish translation for you? No, it doesn't work like that. Because if I went to Mexico, there ain't going to be no English translation on it. If I go to read it in the museum, wherever it's at, guess what? It's in Spanish, and me no speaky.
Hey, you're right. There it is, bro. All in English, very powerful. Document right there. Uh, I want to ask you about this, bro. This is kind of segueing a little bit, but real quick, while I have Aram on here, y'all, the Waco, Texas Patriot. Shout out Duke. Bro, I seen a coyote supposedly on the other side of the border. He has an IG, right? But this guy was interviewing him, and he asked him what he thought about Trump. And the coyote said Trump cares about his people. He's doing for his people. He also said that there's bad immigrants and good immigrants. And you know what the coyote said, bro? He said that the good immigrant is the one that does the immigration process the correct way. Even the coyote had the common sense to sit there and say that there's bad immigrants and good immigrants, and the good ones actually do everything the right way and they get their papers correctly. Even the coyote from Mexico said that, bro. Your thoughts on that?
I completely agree. I was telling somebody this the other day. Their argument was they've been here for 20 years. They've never gotten in trouble. They have a family. They were this. They've been getting. I was like, okay, well, you know, if they're such a good person, why did they sneak in? And it's the same thing, you know, if you woke up tomorrow and you came downstairs and I'm in your kitchen and I said, hola, hola, senora, ¿qué pasó? And I'm making eggs and stuff, eating your food, using your stuff. It's the same thing. A good person doesn't sneak into your house. No, they come and knock on the door first. It's the same thing with the immigration system here. I know it's not the most perfect, but to me, it's the same thing if you were to break in somebody's house. And if you're a good immigrants, they don't sneak into our country. They
Nope.
come and knock on the door and they wait for somebody to open and say, yeah, who are you? Let me see. Okay. Yeah. And wait to be invited in. It's the same thing as, respect and culture when you go to somebody's house. You let them know before, ahead of time that you're coming over. Even though when you don't, you knock on the door first. You don't just open the door or sneak in. So that's what I'm saying. If they're such good people, how come they snuck in and how come they've been hiding the whole 20 years they've been here? Like that doesn't sound like that sounds like somebody that's trying to stay hidden from the law, from being held accountable for the law they broke. And that's the first law they break when they sneak in illegally. So when they say that, all of them are good, they've never broken any law. No, 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 because the first thing they did
Let's
was
break the
break the
law.
law, and that's federal law.
And let's be honest, bro. They always say they're not breaking the law. Let's get the criminals. I'm like, why do we gotta wait until they break a law, bro? Besides the one when they're stepping on our land, how come we gotta wait till they hit somebody and hit and run, DWI, they SA somebody, these pervert men? You know what I'm saying? Why do we gotta wait for them to break a law before we deport them? Anyways, we're getting off into the weeds. This quick video was about English being the official language. Your thoughts real quick before we end the video, bro. It's an executive order. Do you know basically what the ramifications of it being an executive order? What does that mean? Now, I never really read an executive order like this one. I'm going to read it, but your thoughts on it being an executive order, what does that entail, bro?
It just goes to show, that there's separation of powers, but when certain things can't get passed in Congress right away, the president has certain powers, like an executive order, kind of like when Biden first came in. His top priorities were, open the border, close the pipeline, et cetera, et cetera. And then what were they saying all through the years? We can't secure the border because Republicans won't give in to this bipartisan bill, and Trump's the one that killed it. Well, what did Trump do his first day, first week in office this time? He wrote executive orders that secured our border, and record numbers have dropped, and we have the lowest we've had in almost and since over the last 4 years. And he did that with executive orders. And that's just the part of the separation of powers and the powers that him as the president has. You know, so yeah, sometimes when things can't get done, president will sign an executive order. Doesn't mean it will go through. Sometimes it may get pushed back. It'll go to the courts, and the courts will deem it unconstitutional. No, but no, he can do an executive order. There's certain things he can't do with it. But yeah, that's pretty much all it is. That's just part of his part of the separation of powers. There's things he can do and things he can't do, and those are one of the things that he can do is write an executive order when he feels that something needs to be done right away.
Do you think that this can be rejected up later or up higher in the courts, or you don't think that's possible?
I'm. I mean, what are they not going to try to
Right.
object to? If Trump, was trying to, saying that, yeah, we need to save these children from this burning building, they probably say, stop! No, he's a dictator. Look what he's trying to do. They're gonna reject everything. I mean, look what happened the other day. All the Democrat politicians were saying we stand with Ukraine, we stand with Zelensky. Like what? So yeah, but this time he's not playing around. It's not going to be like last time. So get out of the way. We're back, baby. We're back.
Let's
America first. We're
go.
back, baby. Yeah, they got spanked the other day. He said, don't you talk to us like that. No, no, you're not going to tell us what we're going to feel. Mr. President, may I? How dare you, Mr. Zelensky, come to the White House in America and disrespect the American people? And I spit out my Dr. Pepper and I said, yeah, yes, we're
Woo.
back, baby.
Let's go. And with that, y'all, I appreciate it. Aram is joining me. We're finna do a video on that topic right there. But thanks, Aram, and everybody else. Remember this: no speak español, Holmes.
Yeah,
English
yeah, no more
only.
speaking, speak English. All right, thanks, Nino. I
Later.
appreciate you having me on. Bye.